Yes, indeedy. Hello and welcome to your Wednesday edition of the MCN. So now we're going to start rocking and rolling with information. We've got some stuff that we've got to cover, but also just to let you know, there's not a huge amount going on in the community when it comes to like new announcements. There is going to be a special live stream that's going to launch on Friday, but there's going to be some special reveals that are going to happen on Thursday of this week. So keep locked to the channel, hit post notifications on all, subscribe, follow on Twitter, Discord, because we're going to be covering a lot of stuff. And of course, I'll be doing like a new spreadsheet, especially as we've got new content dropping next week, and also information about new content dropping towards the end of the week. So it's exciting times, but yes, we've got some stuff to go over. And I would say a little bit of a forewarning is that the Legends event is going to end today. A bit of a sad time. I must admit, I've really enjoyed the Legends event. The Brutal DLX Challenge was a little bit grindy, but from the best point of view of this particular event compared with last year, it is such a massive improvement. The calendar was spicy, the Legends crystals were amazing, and all that stuff. So if you are looking to open any of them, maybe open them today, mainly because there could be a lot of selectors. We did a 20 Legends crystal opening last week, and I'm going to follow up with the full take-home of that legendary crystal opening spree in a video which is going to be the second video of today. Look out for that. Very excited to do that. We're going to end with a 15 opening, I think. In any case, like other people, kind of got a lot more. This particular player, as of yesterday, had 35 to open. Fantastic. There was a potential amount of 48 you could pick up depending on hours, and I got to be honest, I didn't tell him, but I woke up in the middle of the night because I forgot to collect a crystal, and I just sneakily just kind of went on my phone like, collect red, yep, got it, brilliant. And I was like, yay, I got one more additional crystal, and that kind of like just means I could do 15 tomorrow before the event ends. So yes, go me. I get a Scooby snack, but yeah, a lot to kind of get for people, and it does end today, as a lot of us know. Kabam Mike also said to this person that's a lot of selectors, because they had 35, so I think it's 35 times 2 or whatever it is selected, or whatever selectors you get, or whatever thing it is, you could see a lot. People get a lot of selectors from it. So good luck, anybody that's opening stuff. Remember, Legends event ends today. Next up, and on to Paragon featured crystals. Now, one thing to note with this channel is I don't spend in MCOC anymore. I stopped spending in December 2021. And before then, there was, things, I think it was like 7 stars had not been a thing. And also Paragon crystals, obviously not a thing. And I think even prior to that, Paragon was not a thing. I can't 100% remember if that was the case. But in any case, as you know, I've been non-spending now for a little while. And one thing that obviously, I do see a lot of people, is there's a few MCC YouTubers out there that do kind of like spend and grab a lot. And of course, when it comes to like units, I am, well, I can't see my game for some reason, but I'm currently saving up units, and I don't really see any value to kind of spend my units on Paragon featured, mainly because I have not had much luck with the Paragon crystals. So therefore I kind of go like once bitten, twice shy, which basically means that I'm not going to waste my time spending my units on Paragon featured crystals. I'll leave it up to other people to do that and get lucky, because most of the time I get very unlucky. In any case, there could be a champion that tickles my fancy, and I do that. However, though, I am more interested in saving up the units, buying something decent on Cyber Weekend deals, and maybe having a little bit left over to enjoy for the banquet event, so if it shall return. But I've got to get grinding in the units a lot more as soon as I finish off my battleground grind, which is going to feature in some stories later on. In any case, right, drop rates. Someone says these drop rates are not accurate. That's the post. Can't tell you how many videos I've seen of people open stupid amounts of these crystals and getting completely shafted. I'm not even talking missing the featured champs. I'm purely talking about star rarity. According to the drop rates, we should be getting a 6 star about every 9 crystals of the featured, a bit lower of the regular paragons, not even taking into account your minuscule chances of a 7 star. I've lost count of how many units I've popped open crystals and agreed to buy a stack of 4 and 5 stars. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. 12% my Heine, which is Americorn for bum. Or bottom, or fanny, depending, obviously, if you're American or non-American. Now, of course, as someone pointed out, it's the luck of the wheel, isn't it? And look, other people get lucky, some people don't. I've got a Paragon crystal opening, which I'm going to be opening up towards the end of next month, and we're going to test some stuff out. I've got 20 Paragon crystals for free, which I hoarded from the Legends event, from the crystal, and also some stuff from Shooting Star Quest and some other stuff that have popped up, which I'm happy with. You know, for free, great. This particular thread has been closed. Lots of people having their say on the matter. Obviously, Kabam kind of put stuff up because you know, they will say like, look, this is how it goes and stuff like that. Yeah. In response to this, like this particular thing here, people can hate on my opinion all they want, but I have yet to see any physical proof that the rates are correct. However, that what I have seen in people who have opened over 100 crystals total have yet to get a 6-star from them. Probability says that this happens sometimes, but personally believe it's a lot more often than it should be, and we've led to believe that we have a higher chance that we actually do at getting anything decent. Any case, Kabam Mike says, that's not how math works. There's literally zero benefit to us lying about drop weights. Not to us, not to you, not to anybody. Yes, because they will get absolutely rinsed by the standards. I can't remember what it is. Like there's a particular standard of kind of like practice that they've got to be adhering to, and they can't be doing that. But it's frustration, isn't it? I think this just boils down to frustration to go. Getting lucky is difficult. And that's really it when it comes to this game. So I would advise anybody, if you're not seeing luck or you're not seeing something drop consistently, save units for things like Cyber Weekend deals, July 4th deals, and times where at least you will be guaranteed something like a 6-star, like a 7-star when it comes to some sort of deal or featured item or featured thing that Kabam put out. It might mean that you are saving your units to guarantee yourself down the line. But do bear in mind you lose out on signature stones, which sometimes can benefit from extra shards, which then help out down the line with max signaturing. But again, it's down to perspective of what camp you're in with that particular thought processes as a MCOC player. Also, moving on to helpful noobs, helpful information. Saw this and just wanted to kind of put a link to it. Something that I've got to do myself. I've collected together some data. I've also reworked a guide for the Grandmaster Gauntlet, which I've got to get done at some point. I've got a progression guide that I've been working on, which has to be completed, but that'll be out at some point as well. I am working on some older guides to make them like more newer, but apologies. It's just a case of I'm trying to kind of do the day job. Try and figure out getting news and information out to you. Also cover stuff that I want to cover as well. And yeah, the weekends trying to complete the series, which is the Rare Champions and Secret Champions series, which is nearly done. Gable Fazera did a really decent video with me. So what we can do is we can end that series, and then I'll just upload it gradually. But anyways, enough about that series. On to this. So it's called A Quick and Dirty Gauntlet Guide by Milan 1405. Link is in the description to this. It's a thread, really, really good, and good that players also offer their opinion or like other champions that they've used as well for it. And yes, really, really interesting stuff. Utilizing a champion setup of Hercules, Hulk, White Magneto, Archangel, and Nimrod. So this is a really cool kind of like team there. And it's good, like it's good to kind of like see this. Also the different types of champions used against the fights, which again is good. And how many revives, and the process, and the write-up, the methodology were there. And that's good to see. So depending on what you use for what, go and check it out, link in the description. But it's, yes, like a lot of people are kind of coming up with some, I think some different options in here as well. But yeah, like that. You can save revives with this secret forbidden jiu-jitsu called Valkyrie Seduction. Just hit into the block, rest you know. Obviously Hercules is a fantastic option for that one. But yeah, for people without Hulk like me, replace Hulk with Spider-Man 2099. And yeah, there's some more kind of like info right there. Yeah, like go and check this out if you are stuck for a Grandmaster Gauntlet run through. As I said, I need to do a guide with, I think I've got like nearly 10 different figurations of team setups for it. But as I said, I can't get that out now. There's lots of content I'm working on. I will get out at some point, so bear with me. Hopefully by the end of the year, I can do like a big kind of overhaul of some of my older guides and bring them all new, because we've got to do all of them. Every single old guide's going to be redone. But so is the story of how things change in the world of MCOC. And now we end on this before we do arena predictions for Vox. Look, we've got to talk about Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is a bit of a weird thing at the moment. I've not been too fussed with Battlegrounds this month, and I think that's because the side quest, the incursions quest, has been so grindy, as well as other things that I would have liked to have to achieve. And also, I live a bit. I've been trying to touch grass a lot more, especially when it comes to weekends. So a lot of the time I kind of look to grind Battlegrounds, do arena or quest. I've been like, do you know what? I'm going to go outside and do something. And for the best part, I've done that. Done lots of kind of like weird things, nice things, but I am behind in the grind. Keep saying that. I need to catch up. But one thing I am finding in Battlegrounds this month is, this season is, I'm not really digging it. I think the structure is something that I've heard a lot of people talk about. And if you've been following the channel, you know that 3 weeks ago I put out a video, which was some people did miss this, and I think I think some people are now cotton on to like this, which was, if I can find it, it's this one here, which is these changes will divide opinions, and it did, and it has done. Obviously, it's interesting when you predict something and it comes off. I don't get everything right, by the way, in MCOC, but when it does, it's like, well, I had a funny feeling this would be a thing. Any case, looks like it is a bit of a divisive subject. Let's go into it. So, the current design like BG is a disaster. Adding 3 new ranks in Victory Track, making some changes to the number of medals required to progress through the early stages of the Victory Track. These two directly lead to a lot of matches that need to be played from Bronze to Vibranium. This makes those high prestige players decide to use Elder Marks directly for the whole process, starting from the Bronze, and there's basically no need to deliberately lose to brush scores. I know that last season many people deliberately lost the matches, which is not a healthy way to play, but now playing for more than an hour, losing all the time and then getting nothing, is this normal? Any case, it goes on. This kind of experience will only make people not want to play Battlegrounds. You have to make it possible for those players to get some points, even if they lose, so that they can get some milestone rewards. Of course, those will directly enter, then exit the game are not counted, and those who deliberately delay the time are not counted. But any case, right? Lots of people, 84, is that 84? No, 54. God, I can't read probably. 54, too small there. 54 agree to 56 disagree, so it's like an overwhelming kind of like a 90% kind of an agreement for this particular thing. I will just like cut to the chase with this because I don't want to go on and on and on with it, because Kabam have responded back, or Kabam Mike has responded back with this one, and I don't think anybody can be kind of like facilitated with any kind of like positive answer, but this is the answer. This thread has gone pretty off the rails. This is why I'm not going to be referring to a lot of stuff in it, because everyone falls out. Thank you for all your feedback, and we will be sure to raise this with the team. As a reminder, we are going to continue to make changes to Victory Track, Gladiator Circuit, and matchmaking to ensure this mode stays competitive. I would say to Kabam, make sure you don't make it grindy. It is becoming too grindy and requires you. Look, some people will say, well, I only play Battlegrounds, I don't do Arena. I only do Battlegrounds, I don't do this, I don't do Incursions. People might say, well, I need to do Incursions, or more kind of like, I need to do Arena because I need units, I'm free to play. I need to do this or this and this, but I don't have all the time in the world. And that's something as well that Kabam need to learn. If you're making this like an a mode you have to do, then that causes a problem. Like, not everybody wants to play Battlegrounds, but it is a good mode. It is a good mode, and gets more fair as time goes on. No, this does mean that over time, lesser experienced players will not be able to climb as high. I mean, that I do agree with, but I think what that is mainly about is like Cavalier, Thronebreaker, uncollected players, it's like, should you get an easy ride up to Gladiator Circuit? And it's like, no, that's not really the case. But the problem that a lot of players are finding is that they're just not making the right gains. Paragon players are not able to make the gains going upwards. They're struggling at times. It's the same problem we had 2 seasons ago, and I think that problem has reared its head again. We've also made changes so that you will not have to climb as much with every season, and over time that will help with the grind, as well as to ensure that more experienced players will not be fighting each other at the bottom, while lesser experienced players move past them. But again, this is the problem, is that this season is creating the victory track. No, the victory seeding. Yeah, this is creating the victory seeding, or the seed is it's creating the seeding. And the problem is the seeding season will be this is going to be the problem. Maybe next season is going to be better, and maybe that's the thing we've got to be positively looking forward to. The new season will be better than the last, but only time will tell. However, though, the matchmaking is still an issue. It's not balanced. If you're saying it is, when you're getting stomped on by larger accounts, I'm talking like Paragon players that are just new to Paragon, finding that they're facing off against people with rank 2 7 stars, lots of rank 5 6 stars, and they're going, well, there's nothing I can do here. There's a massive difference in prestige. Then that's a problem. That's a matchmaking problem, and that's something Kabam need to work on yet again. But in any case, thoughts in the comment section about this one, and thoughts about what Kabam have to say on the matter. And we end with upcoming arenas for Vox and for Miss Marvel Kamala Khan. So I'm going with predictions of Vox 100 mil. Could be a bit more. I don't know. It's tough. It's a real tough one, especially compared with how Photon went recently. I would say 100 mil is going to be safe. Could be pushing more. Just don't know at this stage. 38 mil for the 5-star version. Again, kind of figuring that that's close to that recent Photon arena, previous and featured arenas. 20 mil for Kamala Khan 6-star, and 9 mil for the 5-star. Could be a case it comes off. Thank you very much to those who support the channel as a YouTube member, as a Patreon, and as well on Twitch. If you're still there, support it. Give your Amazon Prime. Support the channel. Why not? And check out some other stuff located on screen right now. I'll see you in the next video. It'll be a Legends Crystal opening. I'm sure it's going to be legendary. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.